All right, I'm in the Pacific Cup tournament. I'm in the qualifying round in the rookie division. I'm in my 77 account, and we're on hole number one. I'm just gonna go for it like on every hole. So I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure I know what clubs to bring on every hole, but this hole I'm gonna bring out a big ball and try and go for the green and one. So whatever that takes, whatever it takes. So I'm sure it's my number one bag. I'm going to play a lot with this bag right here on some of these holes, but there's a few of them that we can really go for it on. So let's bring out the big stuff. Let's do some power here. I think if the wind's blowing right, you can get it done with the Berserker. But I think to really get it done, you need a topspin boost ball. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. That's neutral wind. Neutral wind. I'll probably need a topspin boost ball, and I'm not sure, do I have any that I have a lot of? This one's no wind. What's its overpower 1. I'd like it to be a little more stable than that, but that might be the only choice that I have. It's got any spin. And I do have 20 of them. This would be the one right here. Overpower 2. 4 topspin boost. I'm not sure I need 4 topspin boost. I think I only need 2. I'm going to bring out that ball right there. Let's go play it. Let's go get on it. I'm going to go for, I have no notes in front of me, and I know that some of these shots you got to be in the right spot with the right ball. But I'm going to bring the Goliath on all the holes, and I'm going to bring a secondary club appropriate. So some of them I might play a Guardian Goliath, and some of them I might play a Cataclysm. Let's go bring out big stuff, and let's go see what we can, see what the areas are. I don't know what my score will be. I have no fucking clue. It probably won't be good. The whole goal is just to make sure we're at minimum score, but I think in rookie, in pro, minimum score is at least they'll get you through to the next round, but in rookie, I don't think that's the way it's going to pan out. Okay, we want to get as much topspin boost as we can. And for that area right there, let's make sure we get all of the topspin. Okay, it's 3-2. It's a ring and a half. Try and get somewhat lined up. Ring and a half. I'm going to put that forward distance back on that same plane. Hitting it perfect. All right, the only thing there is I could have added a little more curl. That is on and one. Now if we have a tailwind day, you can do it with 2 topspin boost. And if it's on a headwind day, you're just going to have to deal with it. Evidently. There are some of these holes that the second shot is tricky. Like you got to put yourself in the right spot, and then you got to bring the right stuff for the second shot. You can find yourself in between clubs. But I think if you bring out a Goliath, you can solve all of those problems if you play with a Goliath. But there's some of them that you're hitting with your wood, and you also need to have the right wood. A Cataclysm is a pretty good, especially a Cataclysm 6. It has a bunch of stuff, so it becomes a pretty decent. I got a shit ton of work left to do. At least I'm going up the hill. Getting it perfect. We'll see if that was right. Dead center perfect. Woo! In the hole. In the hole. Starting it off with the eagle. That's what I'm talking about. I've played this course. Here's the problem. Is I played this course like 3 times already this week, but I've played them with different level stuff. So I played with my odd account, which is normally my rookie. I played a pro round because I've been playing this course with 77 in Tour 7. And you can play it with a freaking Marlin. But like really wanting to set yourself up for like going for the shots on everyone, I did it from the Pro Tees, and I shot every hole with a katana. And I did the layup stuff on the holes. I didn't go for it or any of that, but in rookie you can go for some of these shots. Might as well go for them. Here we go. Hole number 2. What is hole number 2? The bounce city bounce. No, I really don't think I need a big ball on this. But I do want to take I think a big ball. I think I'm still hitting like a driver. Rock is a good choice. Rock has good ball guide and 60 backspin. The Rock. Let's take that back, and I will stick with. Man, I really think I can just take that with the navigator. We'll see. I might have to pop out a katana on this. My plan was to play every hole with. I was thinking of playing every hole with one club. What do I got here? Rock. I'm actually using the app, if I remember. I'm doing 10%. I'm playing with a. We'll see what kind of ball I'm playing with. We'll go out there and see. But I am doing 10% with a level 9 rock. Find out where we're at in the club and go for it. The deal is I have so many different accounts that are playing with different clubs, and I got to remember the accuracy on each one, and I got to remember where the hell I'm at as opposed to just having one bag. And my 77 and odd account, for the most part, other than the Kingfisher and the Cataclysm and the Thor's Hammer, which are still level 5, and no, I got a level 6 Thor's Hammer and odd, but my Cataclysm is level 5 and my Kingfisher's level 5, and in 77 they're 6 and 7. It's good to practice with I practiced it with Pro, so I don't have, I can't remember where I was at with any of the clubs. Seems like I did go out and shoot around with 77, but I do not want to be that close. Look at that. How much backspin do they have on there? They could stretch their backspin out and do like 3 backspin. And they hit it great. And they hit it great. They made it over though. They did make it over. Where am I at? Where's Max? There's Min. So I'm at minimum club with a power 1 ball. And the wind is blowing sideways, and it is 2.5. Minimum club is 2.1, and I'm probably somewhere in that neighborhood right there. I'm around the 2.3 mark. 3 backspin. Let's do 2.5. 2 rings off. I'm right at it. 2.3 rings. Okay, there's 2, 3, and then I'm going to scoot it forward 1/4 of a ring. Oh, and I hit fucking 70 rings. I was like almost out of time. I glanced. And see how that curves? It was, I would have got on a perfect. A rookie mistake there. That's a rookie mistake. This hole is so fucking easy from the Pro Tees with an APOC. What am I thinking? It's definitely still minimum club. Does it hit the same with an APOC from the rookie tees? Give myself 3 rings of separation. 3 backspin. 2 rings of separation. I'm going to give myself 3 rings of separation and 2.5 backspin. A little bit of spin going this direction. 2.5 backspin and 1 whole solid thing of left-hand side spin. It gets me going in that direction. And I can line it up. 2-2 with the APOC at one point. Shit, I'm at minimum club. 2. Hitting it perfect. Was much nicer. I could scoot it over a little. I didn't hit it, I didn't pull it enough. I didn't add on the 10%, and I did the deal. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Just going out there and practicing and you drop a shot. Fuck. All you gotta do is get up there. Hole number 3. I'm gonna shoot this hole without even looking at it. Need a power. I will tell you, I learned something today that I do not like. And let's go back and let's look at this hole. I learned something today on this hole that is total fucking bullshit. So this right here is a picture of the course, the stuff that's in play, and this. Up here it's pretty flat. I don't know that there is a lip up here, but as it goes around the deal, there's a little retaining wall that goes around that's made out of cinder blocks, and it's probably 3 or 4 high here. So I don't know if it gets taller as it goes, down the hill, so that this level's flat. And they have signage right here, those Golf Clash signs. They have some up there by the course, up by the green as well. I hit the other day, and I actually came down right here and hit that wall, that brick wall, and it was definitely solid, and it bounced me like right out into here, where I was still impaired by that. I would have been impaired by the wall, but the wall wasn't in play, and I had a clean ass shot to the cup. Today I hit the sign and got right in front of the sign. The sign stopped me from rolling up here onto this flat, or encountering this little wall if there is one there, and I'm not sure that there is, but it stopped me. And then the fucking sign was in play, so I just laid it up out here to take the second shot to get up, because you couldn't, just to see if I had enough distance with that club since I was out here, if I would have just hit it out here in the clear. But I would stay the hell clear of this if you're hitting out into the rough, and I would hit out into this area in the rough where you have a straight up shot and you can get the fuck away from that. Just saying. I'm just saying. Sorry, I'll take my tin hat off. I am gonna take a Titan. I have tried going for it. Let's think about this shot here, because I could take what I could do, you see, is I could take which bag's got, do I have a bag with a Horizon? She's got better ball guide and better top spin. Might be able to run out my topspin a little up there. I'm not sure the sniper's quite long enough. Let me bring out my horizon and play. I'm gonna play this hole with that bag and a Titan. And I'll play it from the top. I'll lay it up and then try and run it up, see if I have enough to run it to the cup. I have no idea on the first shot what it'll take to get me out there. We'll try it well, I've tried that rough bump, and I'll tell you that rough bump out there, if you got a Nirvana in your bag, is the way to go. Like, because you can hit way down in there and get almost level with the cup, but still get stuck in the rough. In a worst case scenario, you bleed out, but you want that to be the worst case scenario, because it's tough to hit the rough down there and stick, because it's going so far downhill that by the time it gets down, if it makes a bounce to get down to the green, it's very likely it's going to take a real good bounce and could roll off the other side. It'll carry too much. And I've ended up in the drink, I don't know how many times on this hole. I've ended up in the drink and then had to turn around and go for it, and made it one time and recovered. But I do not want to have to do that very often. I don't want to have to do that ever again. It seems like it's so hard to get down into that, and it is, but if you're going for it, especially if you're using the wind, like fuck, even with a power 2 ball, you might be able to just overpower it and make it down in there and end up rough bumping out down on the bottom. That 4-5 wind though is massive. Because the deal is you'll overshoot it up here at the top. Because that wind's going to carry it like probably like 6 miles an hour, probably like a whole freaking ring set. Plus they're doing overpower, which is a whole ring set. That was nice. That was a thing of beauty right there. Very nice. Very nice. That's perfect. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's just, you're trying to get in the rough, but way down at the bottom. And in a worst case scenario, it does get over. I'm going to take the wind out 3-9, and I'm going to actually take out 4-5. Isn't it perfect? I'm still glad that I will tell you right now that it would have been excellent to end up in the fairway right there, but I am glad that I took the extra out, because you can see how close I was down there, and I took out, it was what, 3 something, and I took out a whole extra ring. So it's 1.5 per ring. 2 rings is 3, and I took out 4.5, so it was like almost 50%, or eking towards 50%, and I still hit that close down there where I almost, not just, I know that I almost made it onto the fairway, but I was really damn close to almost clearing it. And if you clear it, you are definitely going in the drink. I can tell you that from personal experience. Personal. I'm still in max. Still in max the way I play it. I'm going to do 2-4. It's like a plus 10. Hitting it perfect. We'll see. We'll see if that's even close. We'll see. It's probably too fast. Still underpulled it. Notebook says I underpulled it by a ring. That might be right. Well, let's see, because I wasn't like half a ring. Dagnabbit. All right, hole number 4. What is hole number 4? Oh, this is the layup. We're doing a layup on this hole. I think this is one of those holes that where the red line issue, you lay it up on this island, and then when you're coming back around at it, you want to be able to engage this little spot right here and bring it back around to the cup. And I do believe that a 3 side spin ball, while it may not help you on the drive, it definitely helps here. And you want to play the maximum left-hand side spin, and it can give you, you can start, if you set it up in that spot, but like if the wind was blowing such that you needed more room on this side, you could take the side spin off and eke it towards this. You have room. This shot right here, you can set it up the very first time so you're dead center in the middle. So you could put that spin on it. But if the wind was blowing such that you need to peak a little bit more this way in order to pull the wind out that way and not engage the sand, you have room for maneuverability. So I believe that it would be better in this hole to bring a Kingmaker. And the other deal is that if you're in the wrong spot, you would have to take that shot to the cup, that rough bump, with your wood. And if you wanted to take it, if you took it with a sniper, it gives you good ball guide and gives you stuff, but you have to pull the rings a lot depending on which way the wind's blowing. Or you could bring a club that's got a lot of backspin. So I think do I have a bag that has a Goliath Guardian? That is the bag right there. And that's actually the driver I would normally use on this hole. Excellent. Excellent. Just for this hole. Just for this hole. And one-on-one play, the drive is super easy. The second shot can be difficult with a 1 power ball. You are taking it with your wood no matter what. I'm actually trying to get up there into Max Goliath. That's where I really want to be taking the shot. With a 3 power ball, 10%. And the wind's blowing from that direction. All I got to do is plug in the number. I'm not sure what it looks like if you hit it all the way down to the end down there. It is a nice rough bump, and there is some risks involved on either drive, but this drive right here is putting you farther away from the hole. It might give you a good angle, but if you screw up out there, you're even more screwed. I'm not sure it does anything for you, but I could be wrong. I could. We're gonna find out. We're fixing to find out. 3-9 says, and I am at, there's Max, there's a man, I'm at mid club, 3.9 rings, 4 topspin. I want to give myself a lot of room on the 3.9 rings. Straight up. Hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. El Perfecto. What happens if you hit up at the top is you're coming out, Number one, you got to hit it farther in order for it to clear the rough. And when it comes out of the rough, it doesn't have very much fairway before it's then back into the rough again. And you want to give yourself enough room so that if you hit a great to the right there, you're not getting involved in that. You don't want that to be your great to the right. It could work out for you, but it couldn't. So leave yourself a little more room. I don't think being in the middle more, or the 5/8, 3/4 mark is going to kill the shot. This should be with a Goliath. And I think I was doing 10% here as well. 3.5. I'm at max club. 3.5. We're at max. 2.5 rings. I'm going to have to involve the sand, even if I come over here and I put on all of the side spin. Can I, how far can I cheat? 2.5 rings. There's 1, 2, 5. Hitting it perfect. And I over pulled it just slightly. Just slightly. And I did a 10% there, and I probably could have did like a 5. Plus 0.1. If I would have kept that same wind and did 0, then 2.3 versus 10, which is 2.5. I should have just did a 0. Okay, in the hole. I have no idea what I should have did on that. We're just playing. Just playing. The whole deal is just trying to play to minimum score and just go out there and have fun and try and go for it on all the shots. But when you're out dicking around and you drop one off minimum score like I did on one of those earlier holes, that means if I pick something up now, there's no woohoo. I did pick something up, so I'm on track. But I've already picked something up and then I turned right around and dropped it. What kind of dumbass move is that? Hole number 5. And I'm bringing out shit. You can play this with the Marlin. Is this the hole we're on? What hole are we on? Hole number 5. I am doing the rough bump from right here. I have no idea which club. I have no idea. There's definitely a club ball combo here. Not sure which way it goes. We'll see. We're in one-on-one and we're going to the shootout, and this is what I got. I think you can switch something up in one-on-one in the shootout, like the ball, or you can change something, but I'm not sure about that. I never have. Like, I go there with whatever you came there to the thing, but it seems to me that there is something, like maybe you can change the ball. Maybe. I know you can't change your clubs. Which is good, because like sometimes, hey, I brought that bag out because I needed the big dog on the second shot and it could get me ahead, but you succeeded or I didn't succeed, and so now I came to the shootout with the big dog. I tried to get an advantage, and now I have to deal with my I'm in the Guardian range. There's Max. There's man, so I'm in mid Guardian. Mid Guardian. With the wind of 3.5. 1.7 rings. I'm going to do just straight up 1.7, 1.8. Hitting it perfect. I think I had lots of time, but I might not have. Underpulled it. I think I have notes for this hole too. No, I don't have any notes for this hole. No notes. No, I do have notes. If I flip the piece of paper over, I asked my wife to buy me a notebook. How novel would that be? Then I could flip pages and go, okay, here's the stuff for this. Getting down there. 77. Let's make it hard on ourselves all day. I guess I'm not qualifying today. I guess today was just a practice day, just so I can see what the deal is on it. I might still go in. It's breaking left, so great to the right. Could make it. Woo! Got my birdie. Let's go home. Is that the deal? Drop a shot, make a shot. Make a shot, drop a shot. I recovered, so maybe I'll make this one and hold it. What hole are we on? We're on hole number 6. Hole number 6. What, do I have any notes? I have no notes for hole number 5 or 6. Alright, from the rookie tees, I'm just playing to right here. Now, there is, if the wind's blowing right, you can come out into this area and try and drive across with a topspin boost ball and end up right here and have a killer shot to the cup. I mean killer. It is fan-freaking-tastic. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. Oh, and the wind's blowing that way, too. Choo. And I'm not so sure you can't get it down with a berserker. And I think you have to bring out your number 1 bag. Let's see if we can get that down with the berserker. Let's go for it. Let's go for the shot over there. It's taken, and I got to talk to a man about a horse so bad that I can't even hardly stand still. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. We're going for it. Yeah, we're going for it. Had to talk to a man about a horse. Jeez. When I came outside this morning, I put my cargo shorts on and I went outside and it was just a bit chilly where I sit. I have 2 patio areas in the back and one of them's more in the sun during the day. But one of them is definitely shaded. Right there is the deal. And the question is will that wind push me that extra distance? And I'm not sure that it will. Topspin boost balls, where's that one? Let's put some topspin boost on there. 3-2. I'm gonna pull 1 ring out. Isn't it perfect? We'll see if I can make that, because there's a chance that it'll hit and not clip the rough and then roll off on the other side and end up either in the rough or in that sand. Perfect. I think that's like a perfect straight up. Let's see, I got my app. I have the app here, and that has got to be, man, if I'm not in my wedge, I got to be in wedge or kingfisher, one of the two. We're definitely using a power 5 ball, and I'm gonna go at it to start off with at just 0%. We'll see what the deal is from there. That wind's gonna be blowing. Fuck, I have no idea what club I'm in. There's Max Kingfisher. There's Min. I'm in mid Kingfisher. And the wind is blowing kind of that direction at 4-7. And I think, I'm not sure if I have enough. I think it's, and it feels like we take a little bit of wind off. I'm in mid club, 3.8 rings. There's the 0.8. There's one. And I released it too soon, too late. Who knows? I was running out of time and I got my pull wrong. But I'll take it. Woo! Can't be good, be lucky. Look at that. Look at that. Shit, dropping shots, missing shots. What kind of round is this? This is the kind of round you get when you have no idea what you're doing. You haven't practiced. You don't remember. I've been playing these holes, but I played them, like I said, with so many different freaking clubs that I can't remember any one way of playing them other than going for it. I have no idea. I have to go back. You'd have to go back and analyze all the shit that I did wrong before I even hit the grate. And there's no way you'll work the grate into that. That was pure D luck. That is definitely that right there is the poster child for if you can't be good, be lucky. Excellent albatross. All right, I recovered and then I picked one up. So let's. I almost think I need to have another recovery shot and then pick one up. What is hole number 7? What is hole number 7? All right. This could definitely be one of those holes where I have to recover. You want to get and this is a hole too that I think we're just doing +1. I'm going to do just +1 to the cup. And I think if you can get out here to the very tip down here, you're in short iron range, if I'm not mistaken. You can bring out a big power ball to help you get over there, and then that really kind of helps you on the second shot to get into that club. I'm going to get way down there. I'm going to bring out a berserker. I think we can get it done with a berserker. I'm going to bring out my extra mile just because it has more top spin. And that bag right there will work. Will work. Let's get her done. Get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done. I have no freaking clue about the wind adjustment on this. It is carrying, it's just going so far downhill and it's just wide open there and it just carries forever down to the bottom. So if you put a bunch of overpower on it and you got tailwind, man, even like this, that's 45-degree tailwind. So like I think about that as being like half, like 2.5 of that's going in a forward direction, and that 2.5 is really pushing you like 4 or 5. From the rookie tees, if you have, or from the pro tees, if you have a low level ball, you have to lay up down there. But you could get over. You can get over with a katana without much wind and push you over. But if you have a, I'm sure, a Kingmaker or a Titan for sure, you could get over. I think with a Power 5 ball, we'll find out. I think you can just get over and not have to do any overpower. And that's the whole thing. We're going to have to do some, and we want to end up. We want to end up on the left-hand side. We want to end up in that spot over there. So 4-2. I'm going to do I'm going to do 6-1. So there's 2, 4, 2. I'll do a little more. Hitting it perfect. I did have a little bit of overpower on there. You see how much farther down that it hit than what it was saying that it was going to, and I don't think I hit it far enough. I needed to go a little farther. That tree's in my way. I might have a shot, because I think you do have to put on a little bit of right-hand side spin. I'm doing wherever I'm at in my club with a power 5 ball, 0 wind, and I'm going to add on plus 0.1, and I think I'm in Kingfisher. I'm in Grizzly at the worst. I think if I hit the shot perfect, it goes in the hole. Let's make that bet. Let's make it. I'll make Dunner drink a shot. We'll put it on his tab. I am in Kingfisher. I'm going to be towards Max. I am a Max Kingfisher. So, Kingfisher. The wind is blowing that direction, and it's 2.9. 3.1 rings. I go as far as I can until the ball guide disappears because of the tree. Let's be 3 rings off. There's Max curl, or Max side spin. 3.1 rings. There's 3-1. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Woo! In the hole. Look at that. And I'm not so sure, based off of that wind, that the plus 0.1, it should have been plus 0.5, but I might have over pulled it just a little. I'll take the shot. I had kind of a game plan on that one. I remembered that it was just plus 0.1. I'd have to look at that wind. It might have been like 1.5. Okay, hole number 8. Hole number 8. What is hole number 8? All right. There is a shot, if you have a 5 side spin ball, that you can do a rough bump here. But I don't really want to do that. I want to bring out a club where I can hit it here and I can try and backspin it right to the cup. And I think the way to do that is with a rocket. You bring out a low power ball and bring out your rocket. Your rocket. I am 100% sure I don't have a rocket in any bag. I've been using that bag. I think I used that other bag. I've been using all these bags. But I do have another rocket bag, or rock bag. Because it has 98 backspin and 4.2 ball guide. So, I mean, it's rocking it out pretty good. And I'm pretty sure, let me change it in my, let me pick a level 10 rocket. And I think on this hole, I was doing, man, did I write down any notes for this hole? I wrote down club, but I didn't write down any numbers as far as like percentages. What does Tommy say? I'm thinking that it must be like plus 30 or something. I think it's a bigger number than a smaller number. We'll see. What does Tommy say? Plus 15. I'm gonna start off with a plus 20. We'll start off with a plus 20. We'll split the difference. We'll go in between and see. We'll start doing our artillery stuff. And I think in order to get up there, I'm not sure what ball, but I'm going to bring a Katana just because it gives me side spin options. It gives me, if a 2-power ball is too much, then I can go to a Quasar, but I think I want to stick on the side spin track. So I want to go Quasar. It'd be Marlin, Quasar, Katana, Kingmaker, sticking with whatever's the most side spin in that category. Qualifying offer. Did I miss? Hey, was there a qualifying offer there? There is. I will be purchasing that. I will. I'm gonna bring a Katana. And get her done. All right. Let's go. Let's go. If we can get out on the course around the splash screen for a while, I go first, of course. And then we got a 3-1 wind. And where am I at my club? There's max. There's min. So I'm at max club. Max club is 2.9 rings. And that's with a 20%. I think I'm going to end up short. There's 2.9 rings. Hitting it perfect. I think it'll end up, the backspin is going to end up making it short of the cup. And then I need to set that backspin up so that it's further up the hill and it comes, and then if in a worst case scenario it doesn't catch, it rolls down. It rolls down to it. Where I'm more up on that flat. See, the cup is on a plateau, and I started off where I missed it forward and I was already on the hill. But if I'd have started it back of the cup, in a worst case scenario I just missed, but I'm on that same plateau, and in a best case scenario I catch it right and it goes in the hole. That's in a best case scenario. That is definitely the shot. Like, they have a rock and they're doing it from up on the top, but I think the other, what I don't like is being where I'm at. I'm not sure how much forward room I had there. Like, if I wanted to push it forward and get the shot in, and see, my opponent had the same deal happen. The backspin's super effective because what's happening is backspin's not represented in the ball guide. The ball guide has a hard time here because it's going up the hill. So you've got all that backspin on it, and the ball guide's saying, here, it's going to respond this way, but as it's going up the hill, it's losing energy because it's hitting the ground before, and so we're ending up short. That's why we need to set it up like two grids past the cup. And see if it'll catch and get any suck back and then come back down the hill. I don't think that it will. I think if we get up on that flat, it'll just stay static. But I would rather be just static and be fine. I could still kind of go for it, but I'd still need to be back. If I brought out the right stuff, though, this might be a dunk hole. If you brought out a ball so that you could get your red line, if you could get your max red line right at the cup, then you're playing true club. And I might have been able to do that with a power 3 ball, and there is enough of a backboard up there. I think you might be able to do a dunk here. This wouldn't be a bad hole to dunk. What hole was that? That was hole number 8. Let's explore that real quick. I'm just wondering if you can do a dunk there, because I wouldn't mind doing a dunk on that hole. Practice now. We're going to practice hole number 8. Let's practice this. I'm just curious to see if there is enough of a backboard to save you. If you put on max backspin and you miss the dunk, will you still have the deal is from back there, it could be a difficult second shot because you may not be able to run topspin because it's too downhill. And even with the backspin shot, you're up close, but if it goes great to the left or the right, it gets caught up in the slope and can roll off. So you really want to be like super close so that it hits and then it just like releases into the cup. Just wondering what kind of ball we'd have to bring out. Let's see if we can figure out something on this hole. I know that in playing it in Tour 7, you can play with an APOC and go straight at it, and it has enough backspin that you're not, if you start up a little bit high so that it bleeds back down towards it, you can kind of get a little closer, but it's, in most cases on this hole, it's close enough to win. On the fairway, I mean, that's not a bad look at it. There was definitely no shot at hole-in-one there. Let's bring out, just wondering, like, what would it take? I'd have to switch it up to like an APOC. And here I got plenty of room, so I could switch it, but I don't have enough. What I'd need is a Thor's hammer, and I think I swapped out my Thor's hammer. Let me look at my bags here. That would normally be my Thor's hammer bag. I didn't bring a Thor's hammer with me because it has enough backspin that I could stick it up at the top. Hey, swap the ball out. Swap it out. I think I have enough room on my... No, I didn't. Ran out of time. Got a spam call. You ran out of time. What the hell? I would need a Thor's hammer on that in order to get... You'd want whatever you had that had the most backspin, but even with a 5-power ball, you can't get there with a rocket. You could definitely get there with your APOC and a 5-power ball. You could probably get there with a freaking 1-power ball. Nice. Nice shot. Nice. You'd need at least a 1-power ball. Let's do a navigator. We'll cut the wind down just a little. That gives us just enough room. I don't know that we have enough backspin here to stick us. We're going to end up getting caught up at the top. .31 at Max Club. It's 2.1 rings. It's 2.1. Ah! No, that wouldn't be bad. You will get caught up at the top, so you could do a dunk on that. You could do a dunk on that with a 1-power ball. A Katana would work, give you a little bit of flex if there was a headwind day. But I think a Thor's hammer has more backspin. And about that much distance, so you could probably bring out a 2-power ball and do it with a Thor's hammer, and it's got more backspin, I believe. Let's see. Let's see. Since we're practicing here, if you've got upper developed stuff, Thor's hammer 6 has 97 backspin, so yeah, that would be better. Why is it not in that bag? It's where if I want to use that wood, I got to use that driver. All right, that gives me access to everything there, but you can get that done. Excellent. That might be the way to go at it. At least you got a shot. Hole number 9. What is hole number 9? Let me look at it. Now, I believe that on hole number 9, if you bring out the right shit, and this wind will help you bring out the right shit, that you can end up in the right spot down there. You can really, really go for it. I'm going to bring out, just so that I can practice, and I'm going to bring out a Berserker. I really think a topspin boost ball might help you, but on a day like today with a little bit of wind that we can use to help us, I'm going to count that as the topspin boost I would normally put on, and hopefully that'll be enough. Hopefully it will be. Plus 10 with a 5 power ball. Set the bag up. The wind is going that direction. That was a perfect shot, and I think they still would have ended up in the sand if they would have hit on the little eye right there, but it would have been close. It would have been close. I'm going to go for that spot over there. And man, it says that I got like 5 miles per hour of wind with that 2.6, but I really think that that will push me forward like way too much. So I'm going to take the 2.6 out. I'm just going to take 2.6 out. There's 2.6 out, even though I think I needed to take more. And I hit it great to the left, which will put me in the sand if I make it that far, just like my opponent. Just cleared it. Just. We're both in the sand. I would have opened up the angle a little bit more on the... I still would have overhit it, but I would have opened the angle up a little bit more if I'd hit it perfect on the right hand side, or perfect or to the right. That was like the worst side to hit it to. Not that I think that a perfect I still would have, with that power, I would have overshot it. This is the Malibu Spitfire Challenge. All right, what is the wind? 4.7. And I'm at, if I was to measure my club, there's max, there's mid, there's quarter. I'm at 25% club. I'm going to run the top spin out. Is that going to help me? Nope. Back spin. Get up on it. Now it says I should move at 1.5 rings. That is way too far. Way too far. And I can't believe I got that off, that it wasn't at 0. Fuck, it was at 1 when I pulled back on the deal. I did hit it great. I wanted to see, the app said that it should be 1.5 rings. There's no way. Those clubs are pretty easy to do with the calculator. way too much. I need to shoot a new video on freaking rough irons and sand wedges. 14 at the top, and shit, how many holes did I screw up on? I screwed up on hole number 2 for sure. I did make a few holes. I did get a couple of luck. I got hole number 1, I got the Albie, and I picked up hole number 7, those 3 holes, and dropping one off the minimum score. This is what hurts the most. Like, these right here are awesome, but the thing that, like, this round was a failure because hole number 2, like, going out there, I am just going out and screwing around with no notes and doing the thing, but like, shit, like on all of these holes with low level stuff, you can get the minimum score. So like, minimum score should be ingrained in you. And a 14 to a 15 doesn't sound like a lot, but what it is it puts you up here in tiebreakers with a bunch of people, as opposed to having a 15 tiebreaker. So when you get into the weekend round, now you're with a bunch of other 14s, and how many of them got 2 Albies or got some stuff? Whereas if you're at 15, you're standing alone. You don't have to. You're automatically out of that elimination bracket. Thanks for watching. That was my qualifying round for rookie. I still have. I did get odd in. It's in pro. And I went out there and just winged that, just played it, and I think I shot a 14 in that account. But I am still working on my low-level rookie. I tried to get it in today, and I hit that sign. I drove out there to the rough on hole number 3, and I hit the sign and got caught behind it, and it ruined the whole round. Because up to that point, I'd actually made something, so I might go back and play it. But I was pretty irritated. Thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell. Ring the bell.